Hello everyone! Today I was so busy in the kitchen and I was preparing stuffed sweet peppers, and I recorded videos how to do from scratch, and then actually I forgot to record the greetings and say hi to you. So hi everyone, and this is the end of the day and I have half of the stuffed pepper and it's delicious. Another half was eaten already by my friend and I have more. But if you would like to know how to prepare the stuffed peppers, watch this video and step by step you will know how to do this delicious Ukrainian, not even Ukrainian, but quite known European dish. For 1 pound of ground meat, I take usually 1 cup, sometimes 1.5 cups of rice, and I cover with cold water. Cover rice with approximately the amount of water that covers, like for half an inch, like up to 2 centimeters from the edge of the rice. So you don't need more water because you will get very liquidish rice and then you have to cook too long and then it will be messy. So it's better to use less water than more water. So no more than 1.5 centimeter of water up to 2 centimeters of water, or half an inch of water on the top of the rice. I'm bringing rice to the boil, then I decrease the power of heating, usually to very low, and sometimes I add a little bit of butter to keep this rice grain separate, because butter or oil make the grain separate. While the rice in the process of cooking, I'll be preparing pepper and also carrot and onion for stuffing. When it starts boiling, I add usually 1 spoon of butter. You can add a little bit of oil, but I prefer butter. And then I reduce the heating. And I cook approximately for 10-15 minutes, depends on the type of the rice. I removed the core with seeds and I never throw away the top. Sometimes I cover the pepper with this, or sometimes I put on the bottom and it gives me even more flavor when it's cooked. I'm going to use 1 medium onion and half of big carrot for this amount of pepper and also rice I'm cooking, and I'm gonna slice it or cut it in little pieces and then fry it in oil. And sometimes I shred, or maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's better for me to shred this carrot. It's even tastier. The pan is preheated and I add some oil, approximately 3 tablespoons of oil. So now I'm gonna fry this onion and then I will be adding a shredded carrot. And when I'm cooking, I have birds. I have many types of birds, and this is a blackbird and pigeon, and a finch is sitting right over there, if you can see here. And I have juncos, I have sparrows, and many other type of birds that come in to eat here to the kitchen window. The carrot is ready, and now I'm gonna add to the onion. I don't fry too much. I just want the vitamin A came out because a lot of vitamin A in carrot, and if you use the oil, hot oil, then the oil become like orange color. But anyway, I just like to fry a little bit and then I turn off the heating. The rice is ready and I'm gonna mix rice with onion and carrots. It's still hot, so I need to wait when it's gonna cool down, and not necessary to become cold, but a little bit cooler. And then I will add ground beef with ground turkey, and I add some spices and then I'll start stuffing the pepper. The rice is almost cold, so I'm adding 1 pound of mixed turkey with beef. It was desire of my friend. Usually I add only beef. I prefer with beef, but I also make with pork, with mix of any type of ground meat, and it's still delicious. You have different variety of taste, but you know, meat and rice and onion and carrots, it's a wonderful combination. So you can make your own combination of ground meat. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of dry parsley. I don't have fresh one, and 1 teaspoon of dry dill. Again, you can add fresh one. And then I add a half teaspoon of black pepper, and I also add 1 teaspoon of vegeta. Sometimes I add more salt if it's necessary, but first I need to mix and then actually try if it's salty enough. You can add some other spices you like, it's up to you. So let's mix everything together. Sometimes I use a spoon, sometimes I use my hand, and it's almost done. Taste is delicious. I don't need to add any other salt. I don't need to add any additional salt, and it's really tasty. And some people like more meat, but I think it's enough. I mean, it's enough of meat with rice. And now I'm gonna start stuffing the pepper, and before putting in this baking dish, I'm gonna show you what I put on the bottom of this dish. Here we are. I put on the bottom a little bit of dry dill and oregano, some allspices and black pepper, and then that's all. But you can add some other spices you like, and I use dry because it's still winter, actually early spring, and I don't have fresh one, but everything I have dry, it's like made by me. So I have my garden with spices, and you can see in other videos, and then I cut it and dry it, and then I use like, you know, during this winter season all the time. Of course, for this amount of pepper I need less rice, and I mean less stuffing. But what I'm going to do with the rest of the rice or the stuffing, I usually freeze it, and then I use whenever I have some pepper or tomato or eggplant, because you can stuff with this stuffing any vegetables you like. And for me and my husband, it's enough. Even this dish is quite big for this amount of pepper. Usually I make like 10 at least. So I decided to use this dish. You know, it's enough for this amount of pepper. The problem is there is no lid, so I'm going to cover with some foil paper. Actually there is lid, but it's glass and it's not for stove. And what I do, I add approximately 1 cup of water, cold water, to avoid the pepper burn and actually the steam that coming from the water that is boiling. It's also a process of cooking, and that's why it's cooks faster. And if you don't want water, you can add for example some ketchup with water, some sour cream with water. There is no rule to preheat the oven when you bake this pepper, but I usually preheat. Nothing wrong if you preheat, and I usually preheat to 380, and then I put a cook time approximately 45-50 minutes. So we'll put 40-50 minutes, and then I'll check, but usually it's enough. Okay, so the pepper is ready and could be served with sour cream or ketchup, or mixed sour cream and ketchup. Here we have a delicious stuffed pepper. If you like this video, press like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll share with you more recipes. And bon appetit!